So, we now go on to Heat 4 for juniors, B and D, race 13 of the meeting. And it's going to be as follows on the grid. Eliska Babikova and Aaron Walker on the front row. Tim Gerhards and Arvid Rosen from Netherlands and Sweden, row 2. Morris Schmeis and Theo Eriksson ran out the top 3 rows. Akil Alibai from South Africa and also Marco Arguilera from Spain, row 4. Marcus Lucio and Kai Hilets, row 5. Outlander from Poland, Lee from Germany, Halika from Finland, Nick Gerhards from the Netherlands, Simisvara from Finland, Douglas from Great Britain, Van Laveren from the Netherlands and Janssen from the Netherlands on row 9, with Ritter from Denmark, Pankratov from Estonia on row 20, Borgard, Mikos, Koikalainen, Hunt and Goryainov round out the 25 strong. They go on to the formation lap here at Wintercup Campillos. So still plenty of racing action here this weekend, all the way through to around about 6:45 local time. That's about 4 hours away, but it's going to be an interesting weekend all the way through the qualifying heat stages. A big thank you to those watching live on our dedicated streams. So we are live now on Facebook again for the afternoon, and also a big thank you to, well, we currently have 33 likes, 2 shares and 1 comment, with Siri Karaina saying Juho Valtonen thumbs up. Good. So a big thank you to everyone that is watching on YouTube via the official Camp Company GmbH YouTube channel, and also via the official Rotax Max Euro Trophy Facebook page. We are also live on Downforce Radio, on Rotax Radio, and we go lights out for 7 minutes as the field streams its way down towards turn 1 for the very first time, and it's 3 abreast at some points as they're all trying to make it through cleanly. Getting a bit dicey in the lower part of the top 10 as they go up through towards turn 4 and 5 for the very first time, and it's nearly 3 abreast going down the dip into 6, and we got 2 off of 5. And 1 has mounted the other, and that's going to be very difficult as we've got more drivers off at the top of turn 8. One's gone very wide and hit the gravel and has now rejoined. So already we are down about 2 to 3 competitors. 2 have actually got, so I saw a massive plume of dust up at the top of turn 8. And then we have the concertina that alluded to the incident off of the top part, the exit of turn number 5, as leaders now coming through, as there's a bit of pushing and shoving now going through turn 16. It's definitely heating up in Junior Rotax. So at the moment the leader is Eliska Babikova, Morris Schmeis, Aaron Walker, Tim Gerhards, Marcus Lucio now up into P5, ahead of Akila Alibai from South Africa, Arvid Rosen, Kai Helitz. David Outliner from Poland has really done a great start in this one. Started P11, now into P9 ahead of Nick Gerhards, as there's more changes for position. So the driver that didn't make it through was Austin Lee from Germany. So the 207 who started on the outside of row number 6 was the driver that ended up out of it, and it might have been that Aguilera and Janssen might have been involved, as Aaron Walker hustling the two. Well, Aaron Walker's now behind Tim Gerhards. So Tim Gerhards, as I've just seen Aguilera come through past the commentary position into turn number 12. So drama in, well, for the biggest drama I think I've seen for the first time this weekend in juniors, as they come hurtling across the start-finish line. So Eliska Babikova leads from Morris Schmeis by just under 7/10 of a second. Tim Gerhards and Aaron Walker are battling tooth and nail over P3, but that was the case as Maurice Schmeiss is being closed up by the SP Motorsport driver of Tim Gerhardt. Marcus Luzio now rounds out the top 5 positions, representing Dan Holland Racing. Alibi from South Africa, Rosen from Sweden, Gielaerts from Belgium, Nick Gerhardt from the Netherlands, and Outleidner from Poland now rounding out the top 10. Simisvara, I think, has had dramas. So it looks like Simisvara still circulating. Simisvara actually started in 15th position, finds himself down in 24th position, which is last on the road at the moment. Fastest lap of the race thus far, Milan Ritter, currently in 13th position, a 1 minute 6.131. And we still have 3 minutes, 42 seconds, plus an additional lap left to go as the hunt begins for the leader. Marcus Luzio now sets the fastest lap, 1 minute 5.750 on the third lap. We're now on to lap number 4 of this race, and he's catching up with Aaron Walker, is Marcus Luzio. So Marcus Luzio racing with Dan Holland, racing, and then Strawberry Racing for Aaron Walker as they go down the hill into turn number 10. Very shortly before the right-hander at turn 11. You can just see how much of a compression zone there is, as you can just see the amount of karts that are coming through into turn 12, and one of them is the 203 of Alibi from South Africa, the sole South African participant here this weekend. He's been based out of Johannesburg in the Gauteng province in South Africa, and not too far behind them will be looks like we've got the other Gerhardts. Nick Gerhardt's a little bit further up the order and up into what is effectively 8th position. As Arvid Rosen now is up into 6th position. Kai Gielaerts drops to 9th behind Nick Gerhardt's. As Marcus Luzio now up into, was up into effectively, excuse me, just keeping an eye on what's happening, because Aaron Walker, according to my screen, is showing in 5th. But that looks to be the case, that he's now in 4th ahead of Marcus Luzio. Just under 2 minutes to go, plus an additional lap. And the lead still, as Simisvara is now a confirmed retirement. So Alvar Simisvara will have to come back and fight a little bit later on this afternoon. Babikova leads by 5. So just over half a second ahead of Maurice Schmeiss. And we've got Tim Gerhardt in 3rd place. Marcus Luzio, Aaron Walker and Marcus Luzio battling over 4th and 5th. Arvid Rosen. And then we've got the 203 of Alibi running with RBM, it looks like. Just ahead of Kai Gielaerts, who's ahead of David Outleidner. They both got past Nick Gerhardt. Silas Ritter has got past Mia Marat. Oh, and a little bit of argy-bargy, but I must be completely honest. Marcus Luzio sent it up the inside. So we'll go to a quick replay and just see. I caught the tail end of that, but let's have a look at this move between Marcus Luzio and Aaron Walker. So they're coming up the hill. They're going in towards turn 5, and they're just battling behind Tim Gerhardt. Walker leaves way too much room there, and it allows Luzio to go through, and as he does that, Aaron Walker comes to slot in behind, but unfortunately, the left side of the front bumper clatters into the right rear wheel of Marcus Luzio's kart, but no harm, no foul on either part as we go on to the penultimate lap of this race. Babikova still leading, as we've had a black flag, and that is for the 237. First black flag of the meeting, and that is Borgard. So Borgard gets a black flag for whatever infringement might have occurred. Driver number 322 to the stewards, please. That's senior driver 322 to the stewards immediately, please. And that is Tim Mikametz. Tim Mikametz, sofort melden Sie sich bei Sportkommissar Nummer 322 zum Sportkommissar sofort. Danke. Tim Mikametz, 322 to the stewards immediately. Thank you. So we're on the penultimate lap. Leaders now are going to have just over 1,600 metres as they come through the final corner here as Eliska Babikova crosses the start-finish line to start the final lap. 0.7 of a second as the black flag still being shown to Borgard. So Babikova leads, Schmeiz second, Tim Gerhards, Marcus Lucio, Aaron Walker, Arvid Rosen, Kai Hilats, Akil Alibai, Milan Reta, David Outlander rounding out the top 10, Mia Maret Pankratov rounding out the top 11 ahead of Mikos, and also Nick Gerhards, Van Lammeren and Douglas round out the top 15 as the leaders are now making their way to turn 12 for the final time. But it could be a last dash. Let's have a look at second and third as Schmeiz is coming under pressure from Tim Gerhards. As they head down towards turn 16, Gerhards gets very close under the brakes, but it's going to be a defensive tete-a-tete in the form of Schmeiz that won't allow him, but Babikova takes the win. So another win for Eliska Babikova from the Czech Republic with Strawberry Racing. Maurice Schmeiz started 5th, finished in 2nd. Tim Gerhards started in 3rd, finished in 3rd. Marcus Lucio started in P9, finished 4th ahead of Aaron Walker, who started on 2nd position. Arvid Rosen and Kai Helitz ran out the top 7 ahead of Akil Alibai. Milan Ritter, David Outliner rounding out the top 10. A good effort from Mia Marietta Pankratov in the 2:49. Alexander Mikos in the 2:11 finished ahead of Colin Van Lammeren for P12. Nick Gerhards in 14th ahead of Andrew Douglas, who started in 16th position. Then it's Eriksson, Halika, Hunt, Aguilera, Koikalainen, Goryainov and Janssen rounding out the 22 that finished, as Borgard was black flagged for a particular infringement. I'm just going to check to see if I can find out what that was about. It was a black flag disqualification. So Borgard was black flagged, and Simisvara and Austin Lee were both unfortunate retirements.